In this video, we're going to learn how to create a slide with some main and sub bullet points. This slide right here just has some main bullet points. Notice they're all on the same level. Well, you might want some sub bullet points. So that's what we're going to do in this next slide. So we'll go up here and we'll click on New Slide to create our new slide. We'll go ahead and add our title. I'm doing a list of characters for the book here. We'll click down here in the bulleted area and type main characters. And then what we're going to do under this point is list some of the main characters. And then we're going to also have a main bullet point called other human characters and animal characters. But we're going to put a sub point here underneath main characters. So when we hit our enter key, notice it takes us down to the next level or the same level as underneath main characters. So we would call this a second main bullet point, but we want a sub point. So what I'm going to do before I start typing is I'm going to hit my tab key. When I hit tab, it takes me in one level. Notice how it indented that sub bullet point, and the sub bullet point there is a little bit smaller. You might not be able to see it quite yet, but it'll show up here when I start typing. Okay, so notice how it's a little bit tinier, it's a little bit smaller. Okay, now let me just show you. We don't have any sub bullet points, but if I hit my enter key and then I hit tab, and I'm just going to type some question marks there, notice how we can have a third level. And you could keep going with that too. You could have more than just 3 levels. But in this case, we don't want to do that, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to just hit my backspace on my keyboard until I go up next to the R in Wilbur, and I'm going to hit my enter key. And notice it keeps it on the same level that we were before. And then I'm going to hit my enter key again and add Templeton here. Now we're ready for a second main bullet point. But of course, when I hit my enter key, of course, PowerPoint can't read my mind and know what I want here. But when I hit my enter key, I get a level on the same level that I previously was. So now what I need to do is I need to go back one level. I could use this button right up here, decrease list level. You see up there in the paragraph area, making sure that you're on the home tab, the home ribbon. In the paragraph area, this button, if I clicked on that, it would take me back to the main level. Okay, so now if I hit my enter key, notice it assumes I want it on the same level, and in this case, I want it indented, so I can either use this button right here to increase the list level or indent, or I can just hit my tab and move myself over to the right. And so now we have a sub bullet point, and I'm going to type, and we'll go ahead and add some others here. Now notice I'm getting to the end of my placeholder. Notice what happens if I just keep typing. Now we need a third main bullet point and then some sub points after that. So I'm going to hit my enter key. Now instead of using these buttons up here, we can use our keyboard. I could use my tab key to move me one tab over to the left, or one space over to the left in this case. Or I could, if I want to go backwards, I'm sorry, I was saying to the left. If I want, tab takes you to the right. So if I want to go to the left, then I'd hold down my shift key first and then tap my tab, shift tab. And if I do shift tab again, it takes me to that main bullet point. No need to worry about typing outside that placeholder, because as we type, you'll see it automatically places it in that area. It will automatically change the size of the font so everything will fit. So I'm hitting my enter key. I'm going to hit tab again. And as I keep typing here, notice how everything gets a little bit smaller. Might be a little bit hard to read there, but we'll learn how to change the font later, and even change this slide so we actually have 2 areas. So we would have some of our characters listed over here, and we'd have some of them over there. Okay, so sometimes it's easier just to get the text in there, and then you can make those changes later. I'll show you how to do that in another video.